All right, welcome to the MMA Fight Game Podcast, Meet the Athlete series. We are here with Caitlin Baby Stamp Phillips, who has a huge fight at Victory Cage Fighting Championships May 20th in Watertown, New York. She is fighting at 125 pounds in the flyweight division. Caitlin, thanks for joining us. How are you?
No problem. And it's actually 120.
Oh, it's 120. Is it a catch weight?
I'm not. She tried to get it to go up to 125. 125 is normally where I fight, but I'm trying to get down to 115. So we kind of agreed at 120. So I guess, but it's a 125 because I can't really make 125 anymore. I have to like put on weight to get to 125.
Okay. And do you see now that you're going down to 115, do you see that as a competitive advantage for yourself in fighting to be at that weight versus what you've done previously?
Yeah. I mean, my first fight was at I think I weighed in at like 138.
Okay.
Um, so I mean that was a 140 fight, and I feel like I fight a lot better at 115, 120. I mean, I feel stronger, like I'm healthier versus being like all water weight. I may not be at my strongest when I'm like having to put on weight versus, being able to have like a good meal and but I definitely say I fight better at like 120. Well, 115 I haven't fought at yet, but that's my goal. 120, 125 is where I'm comfortable at.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you fight on May 20th against Lynn Smith. What are your expectations going into that fight on May 20th?
Well, I know she's gonna try to take me down to the ground. Um, and two of my three MMA, I mean, in my last MMA fight, she took me down to the ground. That's where we predominantly spent a lot of the time. So I've been talking to her, actually, my opponent, Amanda Dustin, about a few things that, like, I'm big on talking with my opponents. I want to make myself better and make them better. Most people don't, but I've talked with almost all my opponents about where I can get better. But I'm expecting her to want to go to the ground, but I've been defending takedowns a lot better, so I'm expecting for it to be. I'm gonna like dictate how the fight goes, so I want it to be a striking fight, and I'm looking to finish it by TKO or KO. That's my goal.
Yeah, because looking at your record, it looks like you were on the wrong side of a couple of decisions that could they have gone either way in those fights.
Um, the last decision last month, which was at Lace Up,
Yeah,
I thought it could have. I mean, the scores were like they weren't. I can't remember the scores exactly, but I think that it could have gone my way. But I'm not going to harp on the judge's decision. It was
sure.
a great fight. I normally don't fight in headgear. I hate headgear. If anybody will tell if there's any promoters I've worked with, they know I hate headgear. I prefer to fight without it. I'm in the
Mhm.
fight game. I'm here to get punched. I don't
I love
I
it.
love getting punched in the face. I mean, my last fight, like she was hitting me and I was just smiling about it. But I mean it could have. The other decision loss that I had was against Shotzi Durant, and that was actually a title fight in Lockport. So a lot of people were expecting her to knock me out. But I took it 3 rounds and I it was close. It was a good fight. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would say that I did enough to beat her, but I think it was very evenly matched. So, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I'm always going to think that I want to win. I mean, then there's a lot of fights that I've like that I've lost that just, I mean, a few of them I wasn't in the right mindset, but I don't care about record. I like to fight everything. That's why my record is the way it is. Cause I'm like, I just want to fight. Like I'm looking to go pro. So, I mean, I've pretty much I'll fight anybody. I mean, I fought Paige Shutter for my first fight,
Yeah.
and I fought Victoria Cramp for my second fight for her first fight.
Who just had like
Um,
fight of the night at Rage in the Cage 22 against Ava Chochi. It was an
yeah,
amazing female fight, and that's part of the reason why I had you on and I commented you commented, I love women's fighting. I love supporting women as athletes. So I'm definitely going to give you guys the platform because we haven't announced this yet, but they got fight of the night. There was a high level junior kickboxing at Rage in the Cage 22 by Full Contact Promotions, but you girls bring it. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, girl fights are, I mean, if there was, I mean, there's some clips of my last fight, but women fighters really bring it. I mean, I've I've shared locker rooms with Joan Nelson, like I've talked to her, like I've cross trained like with Rochester Muay Thai, and I don't know if
Oh
you know
yeah.
like their team over there. So
Yep.
I've trained with Cece. I mean, I'm big into like training with a lot of different I mean, female fighters are just they're crazy. Like eventually if Victoria ever, does cut weight, because that was a good fight, but neither one of us were expecting to fight in headgear. Um for that fight, but it was her fight, athletic commission rules, and I respect
Yeah.
that. So I mean
Yeah.
she definitely got me. It was a very, very, very quick fight, and I if I could have that one back, I would, but I don't harp on that. And Victoria's a great opponent. All my opponents are great opponents. I have respect for each and every one of them. So,
Yeah. And what's your background? Like what got you into mixed martial arts?
at like 16, I think it was, I moved out from like my biological parents to stay with some family friends. Just, stuff came out about stuff that was going down. Not going to get too much into it because I don't ask for sympathy for anything. Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
So I joined like a cardio kickboxing class. I think at
Mhm.
that point I was probably like 160.
Mhm.
So I was like definitely chubby. Then I met my sensei and his family, who's like they're my foster family, like my adopted family now. And he was like, "There's something about you. I think you should come train with me." And I said, "Okay." And I did. And then he had me spar like his best student on my first day. I was never planning to really get into martial arts, even the karate program. I wasn't planning to do that. I just wanted to like work out. I never planned to be a fighter. I would say, I don't know. We had one of my kickboxing coach who joined us a few years ago. Like he was in the military, had a military background, and once I started training with him, and Mumad reached out to offer me a fight, I was like, I'm gonna take it. Like I knew. I actually paid to watch Paige Shutter's like her fight before mine, like a year ago. I paid to watch it on pay-per-view so I could watch her fight
Yeah.
to prepare. And I still say to this day, like everybody know, Paige has one of the hardest teep front kicks I've ever encountered. Out of all the people I've fought, like her front kick is unreal. She beat me with a kick to the liver. That's how I lost.
Oh wow.
And liver shots aren't it. That's
Yeah,
that's
for for sure. That's unbelievable. Yeah,
yeah. So
Paige Shutter, Victoria, all those girls are bangers. When are you looking to make the jump? Before we wrap up, when are you looking to make the jump to pro?
I mean, my goal has always been to like go pro. I mean, before it was to go pro next year, but I don't think that that's going to be like I want to win a title in the amateurs before I go pro. But I also want to get like a few boxing matches under my belt because I've gotten pretty good with with my kickboxing and that foundation. So, I mean, my plan is just to do like 6 months and go do some jujitsu training. Because I train in like sambo and judo and a
Okay,
bit of that. Like
that's
I don't
legit.
I don't really train in jujitsu as much, but I do train with jujitsu schools like, like Redemption and schools like that.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, who both of their guys just had crazy finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're a great crew. So I mean, it really
Redemption's the
depends.
one
It
with
could be.
Tristan Carr, right?
Yeah, Tristan Carr, Caden Ellis. They got Martin. They also have Shara Kuhn. Like they got a good team out there.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been watching Caden since he was fighting in the juniors.
yeah, since he was 14, he had to come from behind victory against Schmelzer, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's who he fought. Yeah, he's gonna get some. We're gonna announce he got submission of the night because he was losing that fight, and then he came back and won. I actually talked to the head coach. He's actually gonna come on our MMA Fight Game podcast. So, that's gonna be awesome. You're definitely in a good camp with those guys. I was definitely
Yeah,
impressed.
they're great. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm from a small school in Phoenix, New York. I mean, we're small. We're a Christian school, so that comes with its, its own limitations and things like that. People say stuff, but it is what it is. But I cross train with anybody. I'll train, but I'm big into supporting other fighters. I mean,
yeah.
even if I lose, like I don't even I've like what the thing that made me want to fight was losing my first fight. Because when I woke up the next day like sore with bruises on my body, I'm like, this is what I want to do with my life. Like who wants that?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, nope. I want bruises. I want black eyes. I want you to punch me in the face. It's gonna make me happy. I'll punch you back.
God bless your,
So
yeah, God bless your soul. So if people want to reach out, because obviously at the amateur ranks, that's how you get money is it by selling tickets and things like that. If they wanted to get tickets to come see you fight May 20th at Victory Cage Fighting Championships, it's also going to be on NBC, the local NBC channel, right?
yeah, I think NBC Watertown's. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know they're for sure gonna be there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you can reach out to me. My Instagram is baby stamp 2020, I believe. And then
Yep.
my Facebook, I have an athlete page that's just Caitlin Phillips, and then I also have my personal page. Um, and you can also go to the Victory Cage Fighting Championships. They'll probably have a link for tickets as well. And I mean, if you buy them, you put a note in that you're buying them from me, then that also works. But if anybody wants tickets, I mean, I can go get them from the promoter and then sell them here. And then either way, it works. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate being flexible and taking the time. We wish you nothing but the best. Definitely post some video from your fight on May 20th. I'm definitely excited for that. And then hopefully all your hard work comes to fruition. You get that second dub, and then you're on your way to going professional and go from there.